Have you guys heard of this docuseries called Surviving El Chapo? It's fascinating, bro. I've never seen anything like this. It's a documentary, but strictly audio. So it has like the sound effects. It has like a narrator telling a crazy story, but audio form. It's really cool. Interesting, but I'll get to that later. What's more interesting is produced by 50 Cent. It made me think like, well, if 50 has the ability to do stars and make things into, a show, why didn't he make such a fascinating story like that into visual, right? And then I start reading more into it, and because 50, just like everything else, he's kind of trying to break ground and be like the first one to do these different type of shows. Well, he's trying to basically show like, listen, if we do it in an audio version, we can multiply the amount of people who consume this by 20, 30, like 20 times, 30 times the amount of people who would listen to it versus they would watch it. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, man, they're explaining everything so clearly. And I'm like, I'm making my own version of the movie in my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder how other people would like this. Like, what's your favorite movie? Pick a movie. Bad Boys 2. Yeah. If Bad Boys 2 came out, right, and it's telling the whole story, but in audio version, would you like that more?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Especially not for an action movie like that.
Okay, bad example, bro.
That was a horrible fucking example.
Like documentaries or something.
Yeah.
Something that not informative, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it working good.
Yeah. So like me personally, like I'm a visual person. Even like, podcasts and shit. Even if I'm like driving or like busy, I would prefer to even like still have it up on YouTube, even like a podcast, to be able to like see that visual.
Glance at it.
I'm just like, that's just like me as a person. But I know there's a lot of people that like they prefer to like at the gym, they listen to audio, podcasts.
You do that?
I mean, even with like audiobooks, I've actually never listened to an audiobook my entire life, dude.
Most of the books.
You're tripping.
I've always preferred to like physically have like a book in front of me, and to read it. I don't know.
And I feel like that takes like too much time because now you have to like literally dedicate focus. Whereas it's this while I'm fucking lifting weights, while I'm doing whatever I want. I could be playing a video game and listening to a book.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for watching. Make sure to like,
Make sure you subscribe.
and hit those notification bells. Now back to the video.
You do that?
Yeah.
I tried audiobooks at the gym, but it just zaps because I feel like I'm focusing on that, and I'm not like, you put like a music and like.
Yo, I'm going crazy in the gym. Straight music, have to.
But you don't listen to music, right? You said you listen to the one at the gym.
Yeah. Dragon's Lair, where I work out at, they have like crazy like sound system. They have dope ass playlists. It's all basically either newer hip hop or last 10, 15 years of hip hop. So music is always slapping, dude. So I don't even wear headphones anymore.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I
like getting the book in.
I think going back to like your thing, like unless, and I don't know, maybe it's like just like how I work as a person. Like I prefer to just be focusing on like one thing. I think it's like the ADHD or something in me. I don't know. But like even if I was like working, and I think if I was like listening to an audiobook, listening to a podcast, or even like in your case, this, I guess it's audio documentary, audio movie, however you want to say it. Like I would still prefer to have something visual. I don't know.
Yeah, but so let me ask you this: how often do you end up reading a book?
It goes in waves.
Cap.
There was yeah. So never. So like right now, for example, I'm reading David Goggins' book. I bought his first book he originally came out with, and his second one. I'm on his first book right now.
So it's funny that you bring that up because phenomenal book, right? I'm sure you're enjoying it already, but so I have the audio version of that book, and he does like special commentary.
He reads it,
Yeah. Well, no, not just reads it, but like he breaks down each chapter and like he'll like talk about it off to the side. So
see, okay, now that
shit's fire.
So like that shit, I would be like more interested in. And kind of getting back to the whole like documentary like topic, I'm actually obsessed with like documentaries.
Me too.
I love like if you would go to like my Netflix, I pretty much watch these like there's like just a couple categories of movies I'll watch, or it's like these like 1 to 2, sometimes 3-4 hour broken down like episodes of like these like crazy documentaries.
Yeah. Same.
So I do love
Ancient Aliens.
Oh yeah, I do love like the documentaries. Once again, I think it goes back like unless it was an experience like Lucas just said, where it was like maybe so like what sets this, you know, apart from like other audio, you know, audio movies, documentaries, whatever. If maybe there's like some special commentary stuff from, you know, El Chapo's family or something, like maybe some like kind of juicy shit like that, which I obviously I don't even know,
dude.
But,
so what you just said, right? It's exactly what this is, where they're detailing a story, right? It's the people speaking are the two twins that snitched on El Chapo. They're telling you, like, bro, when I was 11, my dad was selling drugs. We used to drive back to Mexico with fucking 40 pounds of coke in the car. It's crazy, bro.
No, that shit's interesting.
But so it's the twins telling their story. Mm-hmm. And then they get older. I don't want to spoil it, but it's whatever. They get married, and now their wives are telling their side. Like, they're speaking about what's going on. Yeah. Bro, rage.
So it works in an audio sense.
It's amazing. And I think...
Let me ask you this, because why is it called Surviving El Chapo? Like, what's the surviving aspect? He was going to kill him if they didn't do this type of shit, or what?
It's called Surviving El Chapo because they were basically born into this family of, like, selling drugs, right?
Yeah.
Their older brother, their dad, before them, etc. So they eventually just come up as, like, small little drug dealers, you know, selling little bags of coke. Fast forward 10 years, it's El Chapo, two other main guys that are still active right now, and them. They become the biggest distributors for the Sinaloa cartel at 21 years old. Well, they're talking about they're bringing in $3 million a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fascinating. But it's getting real. Like, they're getting raided. Like, they get married. They have babies. And they're like, we don't like this life anymore. Yeah. There was a time, bro, they both got arrested, right? They have the little phone, and he's like, guys, you're making a big mistake. You don't want to take me. And they're going to like, we're taking you to the marshals. Fuck you. Like, we finally got you. The guy who's saying, like, you're going to jail, his phone rings. It's like the number 2 guy of the Sinaloa cartel. He's like, pass the phone to one of the twins. So he's like, somebody wants to talk to you. And the guy on the phone is like, hey, tell me right now, do you want us to come get you? Or do you want us to come get you? And bro, he's like, yeah, right now. And bro, it just all it's like they're just waiting, and they all just come in and they escape, and that was like their last moment where they're like, fuck this, I don't want to keep doing this, and they're 22 years old.
Yo, Chewy's literally just laying in his house on his couch, fucking just picturing all this in his fucking head,
which is cool because I'm making my own movie. You know what I mean?
Okay, like,
but hold on. But the reason why is because they eventually snitch on them, and then now they're like they agree to cooperate with the United States. And then they have to like leave Mexico, and shit's going all bad. And then it just, they did.
Yeah.
Well, slightly off topic, but the whole reason why I asked was because when I hear like surviving, I think of that show. Have you all ever seen Surviving R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, that was so fucking hilarious to me because
what?
Because you're surviving R. Kelly. What, his piss? What? No one was surviving anything.
That is true. He didn't kill nobody.
He's not a murderer. He pissed on people, bro.
He didn't kill nobody. But
they would like, even when the chicks were talking, they were like, "Oh hell no." He was like, and they would have like their name, Survivor. Like, no.
Well, there's
no. Bro, he was kidnapping this, bro.
Kidnapping. Most of them were even fucking like, "Oh well, when I met him, he offered me this money," and I said, "Yeah." Like, it wasn't that hard, bro.
It was more surviving R. Kelly's bullshit. There was a lot. There was a lot of
figuratively
shit.
surviving. Yeah.
There was a lot of drama. There was a lot of
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna feel sorry for the survivors of R. Kelly's fury.
Yeah.
It is different though because in the recording it says they were so scared of him, even though he's hiding in the mountains, being El Chapo.
Right. No one was scared of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just now they're mad at him because they can get money.
Yeah, you know what's wild though is that switching. I mean, they were like he was giving money to their parents.
Yeah.
To the people's parents and be like, it's okay. Yeah. Like, go ahead.
Did you guys probably like my number one favorite like drug cartel movie would be Blow with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's like classic Johnny Depp. Like if you haven't checked it out, like
dude,
I think it was
so sad, bro.
I think it was probably like one of Johnny Depp's first movies. Like I think it was in his first few years of his career.
I think it was probably one of his bigger.
Yeah. One of his first big movies of his career. I'll say that.
Great movie.
But
you gotta watch
anyway,
it.
it basically is just, you know, he's this average American, moves out to fucking California, gets into starts off selling weed, then starts selling cocaine. Next thing you know, he's working with Pablo Escobar, and it's just this whole,
dude, it
is so good. You gotta check it out.
But just know the ending's gonna bum you the fuck out. That's all I'm saying.
But the one that I really got sucked into, and I think this is just me because like I grew up around a culture so different in a fucking, you know, bumfuck nowhere Montana. But I loved Narcos. So Narcos has all these like spin-offs now. It's like the different ones, but
it's like Narcos Mexico.
The original Narcos that was on like, you know, Pablo's story essentially.
Fire, bro.
That
and shout out to Pascal Punk, bro.
Yeah, dude, that shit I got hella into. So like when you're talking about this, that's what I'm like picturing in my head is like,
so it's exactly
kind of like
that.
Narcos situation, a bunch of cutthroat fucking shit. Everyone's out for everyone. It's all about the drugs. It's all about the money. Like, yeah.
So it's like, you know, that you I don't know. It's like you get to personally create your own vision of what the shit looks like.
Yeah.
You know, by listening to it. And I think that's the cool part. And it's exactly like that, bro. Except it's like they turned themselves in 2008. And I think maybe I like it more because I was like, oh, bro, I know this neighborhood where they grew up. It's a little village in Chicago.
So I'm going to commit just for you. I'm going to
just listen to the first two.
I'm going to commit 2 hours out of my life this week to listen to your audio documentary, and we'll touch base next week.
And we'll circle back.
And I'll commit to listening to his bullshit when he talks about it.
Yeah. Cool. And then we'll just fill you in.
Like this was in the heat. Like El Chapo's time was what? How many years ago?
Now. They just took him out like 2 years ago, like in jail.
Was it 2 years?
But like
2-3 years ago,
I mean,
before COVID.
Yeah. He's been in the cartel game for
forever.
Fucking forever.
Yeah.
He's like the new age Pablo, bro.
Yeah.
That's the significance of him. Yeah.
He basically came up in Pablo's decline, no?
Yeah. He's like, I would say he's probably like 60, 70. But it's fat, bro. There's this other guy.
They just got him just before COVID?
Because of these guys.
Wow.
These two twins, bro, were like, listen, we're either going to die or... Because at that time, that's when like these other cartels are popping up and they're like really like doing some savage shit. So they're like, 50, I don't know if I want to die.
50 Cent, you got to put this shit into a goddamn movie.
Well, so I got to the end and I was like, well, you know, because it stops when like right when they turn themselves in. Like they basically build the whole case and whatever. And then it stops and I guess they're going to do a season 2. And it talks about like their wives wrote a book, like cartel wives, and they're just like,
damn, they all just milking this story.
It was so hard. It was so hard.
They're like, fuck it, we got to get as much money as we can.
Bro, the kids are gonna write my experience.
It was so
growing
stupid. It was
up.
like
My parents were rats.
Bro, it was like, it was so hard being, you know, I had to go collect money and live a lavish lifestyle. Now they actually they have court this month. And they're looking at 10 years, bro. For when these guys were in jail, they went to go pick up money from who owed them, and they were spending it doing stupid shit.
Hey, if you guys like that last clip, make sure you guys go to our channel. We got tons more. Fuck! Listen up, guys. If you like that clip, make sure to go check out our page for all our other clips, posted daily and full videos. You like that shit?